Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today you have the Rhino. We have this beer right here that was picked up for me by my one and only buddy, Greg, out in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So thank you very much, Greg. This is a bottle of beer from the Halo Brewery on Wallace Avenue. This is Magic Missile Dry Hop Pale Ale, and it is 5.6% alcohol. It was bottled on August 16th. So this would be 70-ish days old. There you go, usual label for a Halo beer. When I read Magic Missile, what I think of is that skit, that online skit of the LARPers, and things that have been done in movies and things that I've seen by my own buddies that are LARPers, and where they're like, Magic Missile! Ah! Magic Missile! Ah! Right? Like, that's what I'm thinking of when I think of Magic Missile. Not that I'm really trying to make fun of anybody, because, I mean, I was into a lot of the same things LARPers would have been into. I just didn't LARP. I played D&D when I was younger. Yeah. So I can't really badmouth a LARPer for LARPing. I played, I mudded. Did any of you mud? I mudded. I mudded on Redemption for a little while, but I mudded on Dark and Shattered Lands, DSL, a whole bunch. It was actually a well-known character on there. I haven't been on there in like a decade, and people still talked about me every once in a while. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't been on there in a decade. I have. I've logged in every once in a while. I remember when I started dating my wife, and she was like, "What is this stupid black screen game? What is this?" And yeah, that's the way it was. And wow, that's thick. Whoa, wow, I cannot see my hand at all. It's a beautiful reddish gold color, off-white head. Little snap, crackle, pop, not much. Beautiful looking beer. Visually very appealing for me, at least. I never took combat spells unless I was a mage. So when I was playing DSL, so I never had Magic Missile. And even when I had Magic Missile, I never used it. It was Magic fucking Missile, right? Who fucking uses Magic Missile? Missile. It's a missile. Okay, I'm turning out to be even more of a geek than the movies behind me would suggest, right? Okay, let's get into this beer, shall we? Woo, that's a nice smell. Oh, it smells like the rocket fuel right after it. No, beautiful fruity notes in there. Fruity and syrupy, it smells very sweet. Yeah, orange, lemon, passion fruit, very sweet, as well as like a syrupy maltiness. I got a fitness tracker at work. Well, from work. I got Employee of the Month back in July. So I ordered a fitness tracker because my wife has a Fitbit, and she's like, I walk so much more than you. So I'm like, oh yeah? And I got myself a fitness tracker. And I'm fat. I know I'm fat, but my arms and my skeleton are fairly big. I used to do strongman. I used to be a wrestler, a rugby player, a football player. I did Highland Games. Like, I have no fucking fat on my wrist. There's actually no fat on my arms. It's here and here. But I put this thing on, and it's skin tight, and I'm on the very last hole. And I send them a message. I'm like, hey, do you have any other bands? Because I'm on your very last hole. I had to make my own hole to even wear this thing. And even making my own hole, it's fucking tight as hell. It's not comfortable. It's cutting in. I took it off because it literally, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's red marks on each side of my wrist from this fucking wrist, well, this fitness tracker. And I'm trying to lose some weight and get back into a little bit of the shape I was in before I started having to work for a living. So I'm like, you know what? This thing can help me at least stay a little bit motivated. And they respond with, no, sorry, we only have the one wristband right now, but it's adjustable. To which I responded, well, that's great, but I don't know what part of I had to cut my own hole with a nail makes you not understand that I cannot adjust this to fit my wrist. Whatever. You guys have to think of bigger people. There isn't just tiny skeletons everywhere. Like I said, there is no fat on my wrist. That's bone to bone. Okay, I got some big fucking mitts. Okay? Fuck you guys. Let's try the beer. Cheers. Fucking assholes. It's kind of like a real magic missile, kind of unimpressive. Fizzles out and is unimpressive. That sounds like very harsh, and it wasn't meant to be harsh, it just is the way it sounded, I'm sorry. The beer itself, not a bad beer, just... Could age have had something to do with it? Sure. But I don't think this is all age. I don't get just bitterness on the background or anything. I am getting flavors. It's just not... It's not as plentiful flavored as some of the other Halo beers. Even some other Halo beers that I've gotten that were older. I mean, I just drank a Halo beer that was bottled on the 4th of August. Well, I shouldn't say I just did. I did earlier today, probably a couple hours ago. And that beer had a lot more flavor than this one does. Magic Missile. Is it a bad beer? No. Is it an everyday beer? Possibly. I mean, this is probably the most easily accessible dry hopped IPA I've had in a very long time. Is it for everybody? No, but at least every Magic user and warrior could use it. It's not for the clerics. Maybe for the thieves, not for the clerics. No, okay. Is it a great beer? I don't personally think so. You might, and that's perfectly okay. This is all about flavor expectations, flavor, and what you ended up getting out of those flavor expectations. For me, I was expecting a little bit more. Only due to the other things I've had from Halo. Like I said, I think this might be their closest thing to an everyday, every person beer. It's not bad. A little bit of caramel. A little bit of caramel, a little bit of sweetness up at the forefront. Just a sweet caramelly maltiness up at the forefront. Back end, a little earthy. A little earthy, a little piney. A little bit of that pine resin just sticking around in the back end. But also a little bit of grapefruit and a little bit of orange. So it has a mixture of that sweet, earthy, and piney flavors. So it is like the three top hop profiles you're going to find. Fruit, earth, woods. Three of the top ones. You used to find a lot of perfumey and floral ones. I don't find those as much anymore. A little gassy. Little gassy. Tastes good on the gassiness, though. It's not overpowering, it's not bad, it doesn't do anything bad to me. Now I have the hiccups. What the fuck is that about? It's not a bad beer. It's really not a bad beer. It's just not a spectacular beer. Out of 10 on this beer? You know what? Probably a 6.75. I don't find anything bad about it. I think it's an everyday man, everyday beer. But Magic Missile Dry Hopped IPA, or is it a Dry Hop Pale? Dry Hop Pale, sorry. Dry Hop Pale Ale. It's just a pale ale. That's all it... Oh, I just spit on myself a little bit. It's just a pale ale. That's all it is to me. And that's okay. It's just not something that really excites me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Greg, for picking this up. Magic Missile!